Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? And welcome back to the YouTube Barber Academy. It's been a while since I went live, but I figured I'd check in with you guys. And I'd like to actually thank the YouTube algorithm for finally allowing me to break through on one. And yesterday, if you haven't seen it, I released the best clippers of 2023. I've also released the best shaver of 2023. And today I begin work on best trimmer of 2023. It's not really a process where I'm beginning today, to be honest. It's actually something that's went on all year, and I have all the contestants with me, actually in this box in the back, and I have all the contestants from the Clipper video in the box as well. And I've come up with a grading system. If you guys have checked out my community tab, morning Rusty. If you guys checked out my community tab, I've come up with a grading system where we've decided how to grade these. And you know, every year I get a little bit better at doing this. You know, so I've went through all the grading process. So you're going to notice that things that may have scored differently last year scored a little bit differently this year. So I'm just trying to come up with the best and most efficient way to grade these things. Now, when it comes to trimmers, there is some things with trimmers that I don't know how to say this, but it really comes down to how well the blade performs. And I think all companies are putting out some pretty decent blades at this point. I don't know. I don't know who's really struggling when it comes to blades, because I've had things hit from pretty much all the different brands, and I have a lot of trimmers from Babyliss that are gonna be on this list. We're gonna have the Low Pro, the FX3, the Boost, the regular Gold FX. I got a Patty Cut edition. I have all those trimmers. So I don't know exactly how many are going to make it. I still have to write the script, but I'm just getting to the point where I've realized that all those trimmers. What up, Indiana? What up, Neil? What up, Rusty? What up, Zane? Eyes open. Thank you guys all for joining me in this live this morning as I head off to work. I hope you all had a great Christmas, great holiday, whatever it is you celebrate, and we're going on to this new year, and my plan is to keep the pressure down. All right. So there's a couple of different things that I've noticed. I managed to get my channel over to a brand account, so some of the comments that I had previously dropped, I guess they're gone, but whatever I do now, it seems pretty normal. I mean, almost everything seems really normal now. And yesterday, we're almost at 5,000 views for a video I released yesterday. That's almost never happened last year, hardly at all. So I think that we got the ship righted, and it seems that you guys want to see more tool reviews. All right, let's see here. What we saying here? I heard Gamma doesn't develop the clippers, and they put their name on the products. That's definitely false. In fact, that whole thing is happening the other way around. Man, there's something big in the road here. What is that? Looks like a big ass trash bag just full to the top. But that whole situation is actually happening the other way around. So generally speaking, when almost everybody creates their tools in, say, wherever their engineers are, and then they have them made in China. I mean, Andis does it. Babyliss does it. Obviously Caliber does it. Gamma does it. Stylecraft does it. But the thing is, when you have decided to create something and you send it over to China with your engineers, they engineer the product for you and they send it back. But now China has the blueprint. Not everything is exactly the same either, but basically these people in China, they don't give a shit, so they'll sell it to anybody. So that T-Bob guy, whatever the hell he calls himself, he's just basically taking products that we developed with our engineers and putting his name on them. But whatever, man. I mean, really, when you get right down to it, I'm not really discouraged by this or even worried by this slightly, because when you get right down to it, when you guys understand all the testing that went on and all the things that went on behind the scenes that we had to kind of figure out, and what you actually get as a final product, that's a different story. All right. So at the end of the day, people that are coming up with other people's ideas can only last so long. And the other side of the equation for me, and this is why I really mess with Fort Worth Barber Supply, and I'll tell you guys, I try to look at who is reinvesting in our industry, because at the end of the day, the brands don't matter to me. The brands don't matter to me. None of these brands are like the end-all be-all for me. What matters to me is how are they reinvesting in our industry? Are they investing in education? Are they helping young barbers grow? Are they giving an affordable product that is actually good? Do they have a good warranty? These are the things that you should be asking yourself, because I think as we go further into this future, things are going to get more convoluted as far as like who developed this and who developed that. And you know, there's going to be times where you're going to see copycat products. I mean, look at the Babeless Gold FX. Go ahead and look up on Amazon and try to figure out if you could find one that's a knockoff. And of course you can, because the Gold FX was the best trimmer ever made for the longest time ever. So of course, you know, these copycat companies are going to come up and they're going to try to knock them off. It's just, you know, that's just the way it is. He said, I've noticed that the Evo and the X Pro snags a little bit. Have you noticed that? If you have the one blade on there, you really shouldn't be having any snags. If you're having any snags with that, the first things you guys can do, and this goes for all clippers, all trimmers. Sorry if it's bouncing around a lot. My truck decided to you know, it wants to bounce around today a little bit. But all right, so one of the things you got to realize is when we develop these blades, trimmers, clippers, all that stuff, they use mills and they use grinders to sharpen them, and a lot of times that's using a lot of heavy oils, and sometimes it's not even just heavy oils. Sometimes it's like basically straight gunk. You got to wipe those down, clean those off the best you can, and then put them back together. Make sure that the blades are parallel, and you're gonna have much more success with that. But let me see here. That's funny, man. That wasn't even what I was trying to. Imitation is the biggest form of flattery. I like that, man. Thank you. You know, I appreciate that. But you know, the truth is, all right. So I've been doing YouTube for over, well, since 2012. I think I released my first video since 2012, right? And here we are, about to be 2023 in a couple of days. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's 11 years, and I have seen copycats happen quite a bit. I've seen people who do exactly what I do, what I have done. I've seen people take my video ideas and drop them on their own channels and do better than I did with the idea. But at the end of the day, I'm a fountain of ideas. So, you know, you can go and you can prowl around and you can look at other people's videos, and you could do exactly what they're doing if you want. But at the end of the day, there's people in this world that are coming up with the ideas. They're coming up with the ideas to say, you know what, this is how I'm going to do things. And I have continued to just try different things, different. So I really don't care. And honestly, it does flatter me when I seen other channels, bigger channels, kind of following some of the same trends. I don't see that so much anymore, but like a few years ago, I was noticing that there was, like, I would release a video about something, and then a few other people would release a video about something. And it ain't no shade. I don't care. In fact, I actually was quite flattered, to be honest, about it, because it just meant that my ideas were good. They just didn't always work. That's okay. I decided a couple of years ago that I no longer give a shit about the algorithm and what it says. I mean, I'm grateful for the success that I get from time to time, but I really don't give a shit. I'm not going to let it drive my channel. I'm trying to give you guys what I feel is the best thing that you could know at that time. And I have decided also going into this year, I'm going to keep the pressure on. All my videos this year, if I can release them in a reasonable amount of time, all my videos, I'm going to try to keep the pressure on like I did in these last two. Everything is going well with those. Obviously, I got to work a lot harder than most people. Some people could just do a haircut, a tutorial, and they'll get like 75,000 views in a day. I mean, I don't know why. I've done a million of those. That doesn't happen for me. But YouTube clearly believes that I need to be reviewing products. So, you know, just looking at the data, I think that was the audience profile that they built me out. That wasn't what I chose. That wasn't what I wanted to do. And to the vast extent, that's not what I have done. I haven't even been doing a lot of tutorials lately. I mean, not tutorials, but I haven't even been doing a lot of reviews lately. But it's pretty clear that people are interested in those. They stay around longer for those. They click on those longer. And, you know, that's just how it is. And that's why going into this year, most of my tutorials are going to be on my membership. And I know you guys, the members, man, I appreciate you guys for hanging in there. I have not released any content for you guys specifically in about a week or two with Christmas and everything. And these clipper, trimmer, and shaver videos, they got me pulling my hair out. But as soon as this trimmer video is over, it's time for me to just really focus in on my members as far as the tutorials go. And I think I really need to reduce or entirely eliminate them to the general public because that's what YouTube wants. But at the same time, I'm still going to release stuff and I don't care. I said I'm going to be a member because I'm stuck in the 6 phases. The 6 phases, the original videos will remain public. My plan is to redo them. I have some things that I want to add to them. And in fact, I have written out some new curriculum. It's still going to follow the 6 phases, and the general premise is similar, but I think I have found a way to bring that information to you in an easier way and in an easier format. So I'm trying to make the learning as concise as possible because I realize if I was to tell you guys who have never cut hair before, just go ahead and do a fade. Just try it. You'll be about as successful as a person who's never played golf before swinging a golf club. Just be Tiger Woods, they'll say. Just think of Tiger Woods. You've seen him play. Go ahead, you'll do it. This is what I think people really believe about learning how to cut hair. They think, there's people out there that think cutting hair is so easy that if I was to try it, I'd be great at it. There's people who think, I've been cutting hair for a few weeks. I should already know what I'm doing. I should already be great at this. I mean, I see all these other barbers. What they do don't look so hard. That's just as dumb as looking at a pro golfer and thinking that you should be like him in a month or a week or even a year. And you're not. This shit is hard. It's not easy. There's a lot of things that can go wrong when you cut hair. And then the other side of it is a lot of this game is mental. Because unlike other jobs where you show up, you're making $20 an hour, as long as you stay is what you get paid for, and you go home. You show up, you don't do shit here, guess what? You leave with nothing. You leave with absolutely nothing. And you know what happens when that happens to you? You get in here, you start saying, I'm not good enough. I can't do it. Maybe I'm not what I thought I was. Maybe I need to look for something else. And you know deep down inside, ain't none of that shit true. Deep down inside, you know what you're doing is right, and you know you want to do it. It's just you have to have that mental fortitude to understand that a long day in the shop when you didn't do nothing, a long day in the shop when you didn't do nothing is actually exactly what you should have been doing. Because if you decide to leave and a client walks in that really is impressed by you, and it turns out they want to come to you from now on, and it turns out they want to tell their friends about you and they start coming to you, you just missed a valuable opportunity because you went home and did what? Played Call of Duty, sat on your ass, watched TV, Netflix, whatever it is you're doing. If you have no success, all those things that you enjoy doing in your leisure time, that stuff needs to be put on hold. That stuff needs to be set aside. There will come a time in this business, if you work hard enough, where everything gets easier for you. My guy Chad Volkers is right there. You know, Chad is a great example of this. I talked about him before, but I mean he's a guy that had a second job. Well, he had a real job at first, and he was coming in like 5 o'clock, and he'd stay at the shop sometimes till like 9, 10 o'clock at night, because that was the hours that he could work. And he worked hard as a dog, man. He was there every day, day in and day out. On the days that he could be there early, he was there early, and he would leave late. And he did this for a long time. And I know that he didn't see the value in it right away, right? But he stayed the course, and he is like the busiest barber I got right now. And now Chad has the freedom to work his schedule the way he wants to work it. Because at a certain point, once people figure you out, they figure out where you're at, they figure out what you're doing, they figure out that they like you, you're in short supply and you're in high demand. And once these things happen, a lot of stuff good can happen for you. You can raise your prices, you can make your schedule, you can live a life that it just gets so much easier. So, you know, at the same time, Fabulous trimmers. I don't know. Let's see here. What sneakers are you wearing when you cut at your shop? My legs hurt standing all day. What do you guys suggest for sneakers? You know, it's funny that you say this, bro, because I've tried a lot of different things as far as shoes go, and there's really only one shoe that I can wear that gives me zero issues at all. And oddly enough, it's Air Force Ones. It's Nike Air Force Ones are the ones that actually get me, I'm comfortable in them. But yo, I got this big box to carry. I'm about to head in here and get started on my trimmer video. I thank you guys so much for showing some love and some support on the best clippers of 2023. And if you haven't, go ahead and give that video a shout. Go ahead and give that video a check. If you guys need to get anything outside of Gamma, use Fort Worth Barber Supply. And you can use my code Eddie10. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out of here.